Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Satu Dirgha Kala Nairantarya Satkara Sevito Drida Bhumihi. This line is from the Yoga Sutras that says, practice becomes firmly grounded when it has been cultivated for a long time, uninterruptedly, with earnest devotion. Yoga is my devotion. I feel blessed that my entire being desires for this practice every day. The time that I get to spend on my mat, listening to my breath, focusing on my drishti, enjoying the rhythmic flow of my body, and the intense heat of tapas being acknowledged by every drop of sweat. My practice reminds me that this body is human, but I am the soul. It has not only made me physically and emotionally stronger, but has also cultivated a sea-sized reservoir of compassion and kindness. It has increased the depth of my patience and the thirst for my knowledge. My yoga is my life, and I'm very happy. I'm Chandana Bhaumik. I'm from Jamshedpur, so I came to Pune in 2000 for my studies. And when I went back home after 6 months, my brother, he's a fashion designer, so for his marriage, he made a blazer and pants for me, which was 2 sizes small. He's like, only when you fit into this, you come for my marriage. And I went to my football coach. He happened to be from Bihar School of Yoga, Munger, and he introduced me to yoga. And I started doing it. In 1 month, I could fit into those blazer and the pants. So I was like, I want to continue with this. So I started studying yoga. So I went to the Yoga Institute in Mumbai. I did my teacher's training course over there. I got a 900-hour certification. But then in 2011, I did 1 class of Ashtanga. And that was it. It was like tasting blood. And that year itself, I landed in Mysore, and I have been in Mysore and an Ashtanga student since then. And yeah, this is my Ashtanga yoga journey. So this is it.
When I did a trek with another yoga group recently last year, and she said, you have to find an Ashtanga teacher if you're serious about yoga. And thanks to the internet and the great God Google, I found Chandana.
I'm at the gym for a few days and I see this girl going topsy-turvy, her legs all over everywhere. It was quite overwhelming at one point, and I said that, do you teach as well? And that's when the whole introduction towards yoga for me started. I mean, I've seen my father do headstand for the longest, and he used to be doing this breathing and all those things. But I don't know, it never connected with me till I actually started with Chandana.
I live like really far from here, and it takes me forever to reach for this class, of course. Even though I'm cribbing on the way, but it is something I'm not going to find this anywhere else. Like, though I have looked up online, honestly, like for many classes around. But, and I met a couple of people, and it just doesn't satisfy me at all. Like, when I can't do a lot of postures here, like initially I think I would feel very bad about it. But she is brilliant. Like, she really pushed me to do my best.
I did practice yoga before for 10 years, but I wanted to go a little bit deeper. So I was reading also her text, her philosophy, her own philosophy about Ashtanga yoga, and I liked it. And I liked her picture. The first was when I came first here was her person. She's welcoming you, and she's just taking you as you are. She's teaching well. She sees every mistake. Even she's teaching a class of 6-7 people. She sees when you do faults, and I like that. I mean, I come here to improve. And she's such a warm-hearted person.
I'm a certified Hatha Yoga trainer. So I teach yoga in Pune. So I got in touch with a lot of teachers online. I wanted to do a course under them. But so I wrote emails to them and I got a reply that, you know what, you have an authorized trainer in Pune, why don't you contact her? And I was like, oh my God. And that's how I just landed up here, and she's like, yeah, welcome. Yoga, it's not just physical, there's a lot of personal growth that happens too. So everything is related, your emotional well-being, your spiritual well-being. Ashtanga, it's surprising, it's just been 3 classes and I already feel so strong within, like my willpower's building up. And I told Chandana the same thing when I met her the first day. She asked me, why do you want to do it? And I wanted a teacher like her. Like, it's very important for a certified trainer as well to get good mentors, because we don't know what to do next. You know, we want to get trained under people who are authorized, who know what they're doing, and also who are spiritually aligned, who can figure out what's happening within and what is it that we are looking for.
And I found in Chandana a very good teacher, and she pushes, but not too much. She understands when you are scared, when you can go on, and is what I appreciate a lot of her. Because in some way I needed to be pushed, but not too much. I found on her, she's very friendly, and she smiles a lot, and I like in a person. She's a positive person, and this is important, really important. And as I told you, she pushes you in the right way, but not too much. She understands your limits, I think, so respects you in this way. And I can admire a lot the focus that she has.
I am a ballet dancer. I wanted to take up yoga because it would help my ballet technique also. So that was the only reason to join yoga, but then after that it became something else to me. In 6 months itself, I've actually seen such a progress in my practice. I used to not be able to do a lot of things that now I can do, because the technique is, the way she teaches the technique it really, you get it. And that is when, if you're doing it technically right, that is when you actually get deeper into the pose. Before and after class, whenever we have any problems in our practice, we usually discuss it, and then she tells us how it is not just your practice that is going to help you in solving those matters, whether it is your physically whatever you're feeling, whether it is any emotional stress that you have. She also combines Ayurveda with yoga, which is why it becomes, that's why she gives us tips on how to improve your eating habits and how that will impact your practice and life in general. Her knowledge about Ayurveda and yoga combined it's a great boon.
I like that strictness in her. I like her discipline, and that's something that connected me to her at the first instance. But yes, Ashtanga yoga, when I saw her first couple of classes, I didn't know I would stick around honestly for a long time. But yes, the discipline and the changes in my body, in my mental peace that I found, so that made me stick around for a long time. No, see, her strictness is not there to prove something. Her strictness is within the controllable limits, is within the permissible limits, and she has a line. She knows where to draw the line. So yeah, initially for a person like me, when I joined, I would admit that I was not that disciplined with my diet, with my food habits, with my life. So she brought that strictness, and once she saw that in me, she was there with me, supporting me, cooperating with me.
I had never done Ashtanga before. This was my first introduction to it, and she is traditional. She sticks to the roots. There is no variation as such, and it's not so much about what you're going to look like, and she doesn't baby you. So, But I'm not saying she's too strict or anything. But you know, that's how traditional teachers are. They're not like saying good things just to make you feel. I mean, it's not like she'll go into deep theories of how you want to do this. Simple lines like just go back to your mat and practice. I mean, these are really profound things. They're simple, but yeah, that's what I thought was different compared to the other classes, where it's like high energy and sweat it out, and we do all that here, but it's moving more inwards.
But I think what yoga has done to some extent is I can see some parts of my mind being a little more calmer. It completely energizes me. It just takes me off to another level. And the whole day is far more energized than what I'd probably feel when I'm not doing yoga. Is there anything from her that synergizes with me? I think what I like about her is her calm and composure. And I think that's what helps you as a person also be able to study from her.
First day you can barely see your toes, and the second day you're like aiming to reach them. Somewhere in the 5th month you've touched them, and that's like you've progressed somewhere, and you know the changes that are happening inside. So, the food that you eat, the way you think, because you know you're kind of practicing every day, and you know how difficult it is, but you keep trying it every day, and you take that back to your life. You're like, okay, if you keep at it, it'll happen. You become, you don't fight life so much, you're more relaxed with it. There are very subtle changes, but they make a lot of difference. So.
I think I'm more conscious about my time now. I'm taking my daughter upstairs on the roof in the evenings. I'm with her those 30 minutes or 40 minutes that I spend with her. So I'm more mindful, I guess.
Yeah, after the 3rd class, I told you, I just started feeling more stronger and good posture, breathing in, breathing out more. And even when I was teaching, her practice was reflecting in my teaching. So yeah, that's how it's changing.
It's the focus that I appreciate a lot of her. I'd like to be like her. So as a teacher, I think always that I could do better, like Chandana. So for me, it was an exemplum to follow. Why not?
But then after I joined, after interacting with her, I really have learned so much. So, you know, I used to never think that I'll be a person who will be interested in Yoga Sutras, but listening to her passionately talking about Yoga Sutras, I think I'm finding myself inclined towards it.
Chandana also gives you the courage to go ahead, because I have some lower back problems, my knees hurt, and with the other Ashtanga I have to say we just went further to the next asana. If you were not able to do it, go to the next, do it. And okay, you never improve in that asana to do it, and maybe it is important for you. And she gives you the courage to stay there and to do it. I'm really happy, and yes, I think she will even more change my life, my yoga life. It's not finished now.
Other than just taking care of myself, I think I feel very positive. It might, I don't know how it would sound, but I don't know, she has this something about, you know, when she's just always smiling, and it just like, everything just becomes all cool about, you know, everything around you. And that's a happy feeling. Like, I think that the attitude of being so positive, and even like when you're almost giving up on an asana, or a lot of times, she'll be like, it's okay, don't crib, you can just do it. And I'm like, wow, that just sounds so easy. So yeah, thank you so much. So this is very helpful for me, I think, personally.
It's unlimited. It's a lifelong study. I don't know where it's going to end, and if ever it's going to end, I don't think so. So it's unlimited. As I told you, it's not just love, it's the desire to make this my life which keeps me going. Yeah.